guys, it's Lukion, and today I'm going to be talking about my book buying ban for 2019. So, I've been trying to go on a book buying ban for a really long time, and ever since I reorganized my TBR shelf, I realized how many books I have, and I did do a bit of an unhaul. I'm maybe going to do an unhaul video if I feel like it, but I reorganized my TBR shelf, which is like over across my room, and I realized that some of the books I'm just not really interested in, or I've had them for a really long time that I've just not wanted, so I tried to get rid of some of those, but there are still so many books on my TBR shelf, and so I'm going to try to, like, for the month of like January, February, and March at least, I'm going to try to limit my book buying habits just a little bit, so that I'm not like stressing over how many books I have, because it's just like a whole nother thing I do not need to be stressing about. But I feel like all the times that I've tried to go on a book buying ban, it's just failed so bad because I kind of wanted to quit buying books cold turkey, but I've kind of come up with a little bit of a plan as to how I'm going to handle this for the next like 3-ish months that I'm trying to go on this ban. So I do really want to limit my book buying. I'm not going to completely cut out all of my book buying because I just think that'd be super unrealistic for me, especially with like new releases, and there are some books that I just really wanted for a long time. But I have like 5 sort of like things that I want to do that will help me get through this book buying ban. So the first one is one that I didn't come up with. I feel like I heard it somewhere. I'm not completely sure where, but it is to read 5 books and then buy 1 so that it kind of evens out, because I do read fairly quickly. I tend to finish books every 2 to 3 days, so it wouldn't be that hard for me to finish 5 books and then buy 1. Obviously, sometimes I'm going to, I could read 5 books and then not buy any, but I don't want to go on this, crazy book buying sort of, spree, because I don't really like that. It doesn't make me feel good, for because of how much money I'm spending. I don't even have that much room on my bookshelves, and I just think it doesn't really make me feel great about myself, which is not good. So I think that's going to be a kind of easy method to maintain throughout the few months, and I think it'll be a good sort of start to not buying as many books. My second sort of task that I want to partake in is to actually start DNFing books. I want to usually I'm very strict with reading books through to the end, and I end up giving them pretty bad ratings, and so I don't really want to do that anymore. If I'm not feeling a book, I'm going to stop reading it and then get rid of it, and if I do really want to read it, I can borrow it from the library if I really had some desire. But I feel like I'm looking at my TBR shelf right now, and I feel like there are a few books that I want to try to read, but if I'm not liking it, I will DNF it and unhaul it. There are a few books on the bottom shelf that I'm really on the edge of unhauling, and that sort of leads into my next one, which is to put a specific time frame. So if I don't read one of the books in the next 3 months, I'm going to unhaul it. So I'm looking at one book right now, The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. I wanted to read that in August for the booktubeathon, and I never got to. I started it and I just wasn't into it, and I feel it reminds me too much of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, and I just can't do it. I think it's a total ripoff. I mean, whatever, I only read the first 100 pages and I don't remember much from it, but I feel if I don't read it by the end of February, I'm going to unhaul it, and then if I somehow in June or something, I'm oh my god, I will really want to read it, I'll just borrow it from the library. So I feel it's a good system, especially since sometimes I'll buy books and then a month later just be why did I buy you? I really just don't feel like reading it, because sometimes I'll just do random book buying, and it's not great for me, because I feel bad afterward. It's not great for my mental health or my just mental state whatsoever. It's not good because I spend a lot of money. It's not good because I don't really have that much space. I know this is a 6-shelf bookshelf, and then I have oh, another bookshelf for my TBR books. But honestly, I don't like when they're all filled up. It really stresses me out looking at them, especially if there are books that I'm not too attached to, if you know what I mean. My fourth thing that I want to do is keep track of how much money I'm spending each month. So like when I go to do my book hauls, like figure out how many books that I bought, and then add up how much money I spent for each one. And then if I literally don't want to spend any more than like $40 on books, so like that's like 2 hardcover books, so I'm really trying not to buy a lot of books. Obviously, that's the point of a book buying ban. That's the whole reason I'm doing this video. But I just don't think that, like, I know, like, money has always, like, stressed me out. I don't like having to think about money or anything. Like, it's not really my thing, and I just feel like if I don't pay attention to how much money I'm spending, I'm not gonna feel good about myself when I have so many books that I'm not really interested in reading. And I feel like that's gonna be a good method for me, especially with keeping like a good state of mind, figuring out how much money I'm actually spending on books each month, and then if I want to lower it, or if I'm like, maybe I can go a little bit more. My budget for each month so far is going to be like $35 to $40, and that's like the maximum. I don't want to spend any more than that, and like honestly, I don't care if I would spend $2 for a month of books, and that would actually keep my like stress levels down a lot, which is like a good thing, obviously. And then also when I'm actually physically buying books, I want to know, like, I want to keep track of like, can I get it at like somewhere else for a better price? Do I really want to read this? Like, is this something that I'm very, very interested in and I'm going to read in like the next 3 to 5 months? And then this is like really the final tip. I know this is kind of like 5 tips have like morphed into 6, but this like 6th tip, I guess, is that I'm going to delete my Barnes & Noble app, my Amazon app, like my book outlet. Like, I'm gonna get off the book outlet mailing list, the book depository mailing list, because when I see that there's a sale and then I look at like what they're giving away and I see that there's a book that I'm really, really interested on it, I'm going to just go crazy and buy so many books, which is, I just can't do it. And so I'm gonna try to like get off the mailing list and delete the apps, because I will just end up scrolling through like my Barnes & Noble app and I'm bored and like stressifying all these books, because like when I'm stressed I will either read or like buy books, and it's not good, because I mean, I love books, obviously, and I just feel like it's too, like there's a point where it just gets to be too much. And I feel like, especially if like I finish a book and I give it like less than 3 stars, I'm not hauling it, because like I'm making a whole nother video about my new rating scale, because I want to get a little bit harsher with my ratings. But yeah, like there are some books, like, I don't know, I just feel like a lot of the books on these shelves are like ones that I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, I'm like kind of rambling. I've been talking for a really long time now, and I think I got out what I need to say about this new book buying ban. If you're also going on a book buying ban, or you like want to try to get on, you want to try to start one, you can use my tips that I've been using for like the first like few weeks of January, and I think that they've been really helpful for me. And yes, so that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any tips yourself, please tell me in the comments down below, because I need them. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. All my social media links are in the description box as always, so you can follow me there and see what books I'm reading, what books I read, stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.